Let me welcome all of you to this room. I'm so happy to see that many young people. You're representing the future of Kosovo. You're the champion of tomorrow, especially in a time that all of us here, internationals, Kosovars, and the representative of the government institutions, the civil society, we all think how we can move forward, how we can manage the future, how to have a stable society, how to work together, how to forget and leave the problems of the past and the problems of today behind. It's a big issue for all of us. It has been 17 years that the international community is here to see how a democratic society can be built, how communities can work with each other, how people would be able to cooperate with each other, to understand each other, to build a new foundation for the future. This is what your people want. This is what you would like to manage. But still we have problems. Still need to ensure that the international forces are here. The international organizations like UNMIK is here. You don't need internationals to be here for all the time. You are the people to run. You are the people to build your society. You are the people to know and find out the ways how to deal with each other. That's what all societies should do. I don't think the United Nations is about running any society. It was maybe one of the rare moments in the history of the United Nations to run Kosovo in 1990 for some time. And then our role changed into supporting the work here. In any other places of the world, whether it's Africa, Asia, Latin America, or anywhere else, in conflict situations, in post-conflict situations, in societies that people emerge from war and conflict, the role of the international community, whether there are big powers or international organizations like the United Nations, the role is to support the national efforts, the regional efforts. The role is not to replace you, to substitute you. The unfortunate history here is that for a long time, we internationals tried to do the things that you should do. There are many achievements in the region, especially after the first phases of bloody, violent conflict that characterized after the end of 1990s. And in the second phase, especially in the last decade, people, institutions, civil society started to see how they can manage this post-Yugoslavian setup in that region. There are successes, there are failures, and there are hopes, and there are many occasions that we can speak about disappointments. But how to move towards the future? We cannot move towards the future without having you as young people. We say always that Kosovo is a young society. More than 50% of the populations are young. That's the case in many other societies. The world is young. But especially in post-conflict situations, why there is an emphasis, or should be an emphasis on young people? Because you are the one, you are linked to the future rather than to the past. The memory of the past is being inherited by you through families, through political system, political leaders, and you are inheriting a memory rather than having the memory or being inside that experience directly. When the war was here, when the animosities divided people, I think, as I see around this table, you are not part of that. You might have just remembered it. But it's mainly the stories that you know about. But when we work here with all segments of the society, with all parts of the population, the debate is about how we can move forward. Whether we can trust the institutions here or not. Whether the government is reflecting the needs of all communities, all people. And when we speak about all or not, when we speak about all people, it's not just about Albanians and Serbs or other minorities. The international community, and sometimes the whole stakeholders here, local or international, they would like to limit their understanding of people within that community concept. But the reality is more complicated. The society is not just about Albanians and Serbs or other non-majority, minority communities. It's about young people and old generation. It's about those who are in power, who are not in power. It's about one region and another region. So the segments of population and societies are more wider than we thought. So when there is an emphasis here about how to have the role of UN, I don't think the international community have any other agenda rather than to encourage you to be the champion of change. You are the leaders of tomorrow. How to be leaders of tomorrow, to be inspired by the idea of tomorrow? That's also a difficult issue. You may think about yourself individually where you work as a future, but together I think you are the ones that the burden of strengthening a democratic foundation for the society is on your shoulder. You will be the next judge, the next lawyers, the next prosecutors. So you deal with issues that is very essential for the future. At the end of the day, it is not about just to forget about the past, find frameworks of reconciliation. It is about how the rights of people are going to be respected. If people in Kosovo and in the wider region, if they are able to feel that their rights are protected, their being matters, and there's not a big gap between those who run the society and those who are part of the society, then the society can have a future.